Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the James and George Show. Today we have a very special guest. His name is Greg Corvo, along with comedian Detroit Boat. Unfortunately, though, Detroit Boat's connection was cutting in and out, so he was probably only on for about 10 minutes. It's his connection on where he's at right now for his job. It's kind of shitty, so he was only on for a little bit. But yeah, we got Greg Corvo in the house. Has some laughs, few jokes at the beginning, then it kind of gets into a little bit about politics and some of Rose's stories, and we also talk about certain, there was one, that was that book writer guy, whatever, fucking, you'll fucking see, I can't remember right now, but, yeah, fucking, it's an awesome show. Greg was fucking awesome. You won't see him, in this show because, his old lady took his laptop. I guess she had to use it, so he was using it from his phone. And unfortunately, with the podcast, especially if you're watching it on YouTube, if you're using your phone, he can't see us, we can't see him. So it was strictly just his voice. So that's why you won't see him on the thing. You'll see our ugly mugs. But anyways, make sure you visit us at jamesandgeorge.com. That's George with the J. Jorge, jamesandgeorge.com. I'm fucking exhausted today. As you can tell, look at my fucking bags on the rise. But yeah, jamesandgeorge.com. And don't forget to also check out comedian Detroit Boat and follow him on Twitter on @Detroit_boat. So that's @Detroit_boat. So make sure you follow him on Twitter and follow us and shit. We're on Twitter and Facebook and all that. If you really want to find everything, make sure you visit everything at jamesandgeorge.com. Alright, gotta wake the fuck up. Enjoy the show. You don't have an intro. He's a drizzler, dude.
Like a fresa? Oh yeah, but your sweaty dick fucking...
George has a sweaty dick.
I mean, who the fuck is number 3?
I bet you tucking your shirt through your boxer.
You look like the kind of guy that...
I'd ride a bike without the seat. Oh my god.
Como pudiera. A fresa is a strawberry. Ay, te estás viendo bien nice. Bro. O sea, es que tú, mira, es que yo...
It's fucking annoying.
Oh yeah.
Where I go, goddamn.
Goddamn shit. Everywhere I go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the James and George Show. Today we got Greg Corvo. What up, Greg?
Hey, what's going on?
You're not going to see him. Obviously, you can listen to him on the podcast, but if you're watching the YouTube, right now his computer got stolen by the old lady.
The lady friend.
The old lady friend.
Two white guys in hoodies.
Yeah, two white guys in hoodies. Yeah, so he's using his phone right now, but unfortunately the phone, when you get into these group conferences, it doesn't allow you to see him and for him to see us. So, but whatever. And then we got Detroit Boat in the house.
Dope? What up, dope?
And obviously the rest of these fucking assholes. George is a little late. He's being a Mexican right now. He just got back from TJ or something like that. Being Mexican.
Tijuana.
Whatever Mexicans do. Is that how they talk? How do Mexicans talk, Rose?
What?
Earlier we had a discussion about what black people talk like.
I didn't grow up around Mexicans. I grew up in what they call the ghetto. I grew up around people that were of a lot darker skin color than myself.
Just a lot darker, really.
When I begin to articulate and think about, I'm saying how I'm going to express my feelings about multicultural things, and I'm going to get serious about it. Passionate.
It was just a quick answer, but
Let's sound on the racism.
Quick answer.
Okay?
George is up in here.
I want our racism to be here, okay?
What's up, guys?
What's going on, man?
Tired of shit, dude.
Tired of shit? So what's up, Greg? What you been up to, dude? Thanks for coming on, fucking hanging out with us on the fucking show. Hold on, Boat, you there? Your fucking camera froze or some shit. Nah, he's out. He's done. His shit froze out or something like that.
It's the internet seems like it was going in and out. My fault.
Nah, you good. You're over there in buttfuck land.
So, is the show on right now or what?
Yeah, we're live right now, bro.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. We got Greg Corvo.
Who's Greg Corvo?
He's my lover.
Yeah.
He's the guy from Hercules.
What's up,
dude.
Greg Corvo? Is he?
Yeah.
The guy from Hercules. Oh no, is that the guy's name?
Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo.
You guys completely missed that conversation we had earlier.
Shit. I did. I was clicking things and touching myself.
You're on a WW. Click, click, click.
Yeah, man. So what's going on, dude? I saw you got a serious relation. Is that your wifey? Is that your wifey yet, or what's going on there?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, it's we're going on 3 years.
Yeah, he's all, don't fucking say shit. I'm like,
Years cutting it close, man. It's
not
about
around.
that time.
Yeah, George just recently proposed.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, look at all that smoke up in there.
Wait, so she stole your laptop after 3 years?
Well, what the fuck can you do? I didn't tell her I was going to be on this, so she wasn't. She wasn't
okay.
aware that I was going to need it this afternoon.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I know. Still gonna scream at her.
Yeah, he walked in his room. He's like, "What is this?"
Fuck. Cable's just laying there.
So what you been doing, dude? Just give a little background on how I know Greg Corvo. He's a military buddy of mine. He was at a different company, but same unit. Fucking doing. Oh, what happened to Boatwright? He got fucking. Just to let you guys know before I continue this, Boatwright's in like some other country, fucking saving the world or making money or something. So
He's across the pond somewhere.
Yeah.
Which pond? I don't know.
He's across the pond. It's just a skip.
He's across the pond.
Across the pond.
But anyway, yeah, I know him. He's from in the military, is in the army with same unit, all that shit. Rose knows him. But that's how we know each other. So what you been up to, dude? You working or anything like that? Or you just going to school, getting your education, whatever?
I am utilizing my post 9/11 GI Bill.
That's a good GI Bill.
It is, and I don't, you don't have to work. I'm doing like 6 classes right now, and the BAH up here is ridiculous. It's like $3,600 a month.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
Connecticut.
But what's the cost of living? What's the cost of living in Connecticut?
It's really like, for me, I'm a pretty basic person. My rent's like the big majority of it, so I pay like $12 a month right now.
That's not too bad for living where you are and getting that much BAH.
No, it's fantastic. And then pretty much after that,
I fucking love Greg's fucking voice, dude. Not in a gay way, but maybe a little.
No homo, bro.
Jesus Christ.
But I really want you to read pornography to me. I want you to read 50 Shades of Grey to me. No.
Hey, man.
So I want you to put these fucking little jiggly Chinese balls in between your ass cheeks. I haven't even seen that movie. Is that movie any good? I have it recorded on my DVR. Me and my wife are gonna watch it. But
which movie?
Just 50 Shades of Grey.
Did you just watch porn?
Well, there's like a story in that one, isn't there?
Oh, hold on. Fuck watching a movie. You guys need to read the book. What is it called? The Story of O. Okay, if you really want, if you really,
hold on,
really
you motherfucker. Hold on.
Fuck,
We're
man.
talking about. Hold on, Othello. I'm not reading. Hold on. We're talking about 50 Shades of Grey. And you go into fucking some other Shakespeare shit.
No, I'm not. You don't understand that where 50 Shades of Grey came from was
from
a
the
French
Iliad
woman
with
wrote
Homer.
a story called The Story of O. A French woman wrote a book called The Story of O.
So
And then
is
some
it
other
copied?
dyke. Yes.
She's a dyke?
Who knows, man? Some liberal fucking bra-burning fucking...
Hey, he's all. I don't know. She's a thespian. She must be a dyke.
She's a thespian.
Look, it ain't the point. The point is this
Hanging out with
broad,
her
okay,
thespian
wrote
friends.
the book 50 Shades of Grey based off of this French book called The Story of O. Okay, so you asked me a question. You wanted to know about this movie 50 Shades of Grey, and you want to know if you and your wife should watch it. I said to you, you should read the book The Story of O.
Yeah, but I can't watch that with my wife. You crazy.
Get an
person.
audio version of it, and you can both listen to it, asshole. While she's blowing you.
yeah. So I'll turn the pages while she's just going.
Dude, do you know how many
Audio
years it
book.
would take them to
Hear me
finish
an
that?
audio book,
Because he's
man.
like 2 pumps and he's done. If they listen to that book, it would take them literally years.
Yeah.
How fast he comes.
But have you guys seen it?
I'll volunteer to read it for you. How's about that?
Yeah. Have a great read it.
Why don't you just see that spoof with the Wayans brothers? And call it a day.
Yeah, I want to watch that spoof. I want to see that.
Yeah.
I will not watch
50 Shades of Black.
Yeah.
50 Shades of Black.
You haven't seen it? Yeah, it's with Damon Wayans.
Oh, really?
Marlon
No,
Wayans.
I never
Marlon
even
Wayans.
heard of it, dude. That's
Yeah,
that's
it just
funny,
came out.
dude.
It's like they made it the same way they made the Scream movies, Scream 1, 2, 3, and 4 comedy. They made it the same kind of like slapstick comedy, but yeah.
I'm tired of their shit, man. You know what I mean? They gotta stop doing fucking movies.
Saying this shit's tired.
It's not even fucking funny anymore.
Well, no, they're not. They're not funny
The
anymore.
only one that's funny is the very old school one. The Don't
Scary
Be a
Movie.
Menace.
It's-
Nah, Don't Be a Menace. Don't Be a Menace.
That was good.
Remember that one?
They played it out, man. They played it out.
Right.
The first Scary Movie was good.
The first Scary Movie was good. I like the first Scary Movie.
Yeah. No, that was good. Those 2 movies, but after that, I mean, you don't need to do 6 of those fucking things.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
Like Little Man and White Chicks. I didn't like those movies.
No, it's stupid.
Hey, have you guys ever seen like National Lampoon? Like you remember, like before Bad Magazine, there was also the National Lampoon magazine.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, I just watched this documentary on it, man. The guy behind National Lampoon is like crazier than Hunter S. Thompson.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
Aren't you a huge fan of him?
Oh, I'm a very huge fan of Hunter S. Thompson. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause he was a seriously political writer.
Didn't somebody write a thing about him? Like how he was doing coke and like fucking. They had like his timeline of what he does when he wakes up.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It
you
showed,
can download
let me
his
see.
menu. What he ate. It was 14 lines of coke. He ate melons. He ate Shabbos Regal with crushed ice. Okay, he wasn't big on Jack Daniels. He liked Shabbos Regal.
I'm gonna pull it up right
Yeah,
now.
pull it up, dude.
It's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious,
It's
dude.
a fucking nut job, dude. But it's awesome though.
Yeah, dude. He wasn't fucking around, dude.
Well, what's interesting to find out is like everybody on National Lampoon. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically are all the great comedians, man. Chevy Chase. There was Jim Belushi. There was Dan. I think Dan Aykroyd. Obviously, there was I don't think Dan. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Dan Aykroyd was not part of National Lampoon.
Do you read any of that shit, Corvo?
What's that?
Fucking
City Slickers.
Hunter S. Thompson.
No, I never really got into him.
I read his what's it called, the Hell's Angels book.
Yes, I did too. That was his first book.
You should definitely read that.
Yeah, I heard that was pretty fucking good, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is, though, is that it was good, but Hunter S. Thompson had a habit. He was a good journalist, but he had a habit of elaborating on whatever he found interesting, mostly because he was high. And he also, Hunter S. Thompson would like do things where he would embellish a little bit, okay, to make things comical or to prove a point. But like you guys were talking about a certain genre of 80s films, you know what I'm saying, with the Damon's brothers, okay? And
Jesus Christ.
What are you doing with that, dude?
That's why I brought up.
Can you see it?
Saying National Lampoon.
Can you guys see it? I know, Greg, you can't see that.
I'll read it. Want me to read it? 3 p.m. he rises.
All right. Okay, it says Hunter Thompson's daily routine is both predictable and outrageous, if not apocryphal. I was like, to hit the. All right, so it says it's gonna start at 3 p.m. You want to read it, Rose?
Yeah, he rises at 3 p.m. At 3:05, you know what I'm saying, which was an hour ago, okay? Chivas Regal.
Just read the fucking thing.
Okay, he drinks Chivas Regal with the morning papers and a Dunhill cigarette. Then at 3:45, he does cocaine. He doesn't say how much now. Okay?
Oh my God.
Doesn't matter.
Let's just go down the line here.
I'm gonna fucking read it. I'm gonna stop.
You fucking read it.
3:45 cocaine. 3:50 another glass of Chivas and Dunhill. 4.95 first cup of copy. First cup of coffee.
$4.95.
Coffee.
When is $4.95 a time?
Yeah, I don't know. That's really weird. It says 4.95. Maybe that's a typo.
405 maybe.
No, it was
3.59.
Wait, hold on. No. Shh. What were you gonna say, Rose? No, that's right.
Never mind.
I always knew Rose was in another time zone.
Is that right? Is Chivas? Is that how you say it? Chivas?
Chivas.
Okay.
Chivas Regal, yeah.
Okay, Dunhill. And then 4.15 cocaine, 4.16 orange juice, and Dunhill. What's Dunhill? Am I stupid?
Cigarette.
Is it a cigarette?
Yeah, he smokes Dunhills. Yeah.
So and then 4.30. So this is still in the same hour.
So like literally every 20 minutes, this dude's bumping cocaine.
4.30.
He wakes up at 3 p.m. Just realize that.
Yeah,
I wake up at 3 too. I don't wake up with Chivas and cocaine.
Yeah.
But
It says 4.30 cocaine, 4.54 cocaine, 5.05 cocaine, 5.11 coffee and Dunhills, 5.30 more ice and Chivas, 5:45 cocaine, 6 p.m. grass to take the edge off. He smokes a little grass to take the edge off. That's fucking hilarious, dude. Let's see here.
705 Woody Creek Tavern.
Yeah.
For
Woody
lunch?
Creek, yeah, for lunch. Heineken,
Jesus
2
Christ,
margaritas, 2 cheeseburgers, 2 orders of fries, a plate of tomatoes, coleslaw, a taco salad, a double order of onion rings. Jesus, this motherfucker's eating. Carrot cake, ice cream, bean fritter, Dunhills, another Heineken, cocaine, and for a ride home, a snow cone. A glass of shredded ice over which is poured 3 or 4 jiggers of Shivas. 3 p.m. Well, no, 8 p.m. Is that right? Yeah,
That's a 9. It's a 9.
Oh, 9 p.m. So 9 p.m. cocaine. 10 p.m. drops acid. He drops acid. 11 p.m. What is that? Chartreuse. And cocaine and grass. 11:30 cocaine. Midnight. Hunter ready to write.
Right.
Jesus.
The best part of waking up
is
Cocaine in your cup.
is a snow cone, a Chivas, and cocaine.
It like honestly just goes on, and he doesn't sleep until like 8 in the morning. This is fucking nuts, dude.
He smokes a
Dude,
close.
how was he in? So right there, he takes the freaking.
Hey,
Hummer.
I've tried this actually. I've actually tried this.
Oh, really? It doesn't surprise me.
It's a bad day.
He's like, I made it this way.
Dude, I think it's
Nobody
also
goes-
like it says a
I don't
day
understand
with
how he
Hunter
goes
S.
to sleep.
Thompson. If it's a day with Hunter S. Thompson, I'm sure the guy kind of showed off a little bit.
Yeah, he probably just wanted. Yeah, he just wanted to show out.
Dude.
Show out to this.
It helps
guy.
out his image, dude.
Yeah, he just wanted to show out.
You can't do that
I don't
shit
know,
on
man.
a day, dude.
Most of the places he was out in the public's eye a lot.
No,
and
I'm not doubting that he's
played
nuts.
this character a lot.
I'm too scared to do cocaine, dude. I've never done cocaine.
Look. No, this was his
Neither
lifestyle.
have I.
You can read a book by Johnny
Yeah, okay.
Depp.
You ever done cocaine, Corvo? Are you allowed to say that?
Never. No, I don't. Not big into drugs.
You don't partake. Hey, didn't you used to be a DJ?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
You didn't drop any fucking pills or anything like that? Are you allowed to say that?
I didn't even drink when I DJ'd, man.
Really? You're just
Yeah.
fucking sobering it up, putting your hands up. Fucking.
He's about
He
the
was
art.
just on a
dude.
natural
He's
sick
about
one.
the art, not about the
What,
party.
what kind of music you into though, Corvo? When you DJ'd or just in general? Like what are you more into?
I used to do a lot of hip hop. I'd be out of like bars and clubs and shit like that.
Right.
But I also did weddings, so I'd play,
Yeah.
70s, 80s, whatever.
Yeah, you have to play what they want to play too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all that shit.
I didn't like. I tried to avoid weddings because it takes all the fun out of it. There's a lot of pressure. So
Yeah, and then they fucking keep asking for shit too. Like, can you play this? And it's the stupidest fucking song. And you're
Can
like,
you play
yeah.
Thriller?
No,
Well,
I hate. Well, go ahead.
that there's like you develop a rhythm. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's like-
exactly.
so you're playing. I don't know shit. Say you're playing All Along the Watchtower or something like that, and then somebody comes over and they want to hear fucking
Gangnam Style.
yeah, something like that. No, you can't do that. You can't.
Yeah,
just
you
fucking
can't transition it. Yeah, they don't understand. Like they want to play, and then it's funny because if they keep bugging me and they want this whack ass song to be played, I announce. I go, "What's your name?" And then I announce their name because I'm not gonna fucking get blamed for some stupid ass transition.
No.
So I say this person. I was like, I got a special request from so and so, and then I'll play it, and you'll see when like nobody dances.
Oh, it's awful. There's no worse feeling in the world, man.
Yeah, you're just like exactly. Look at you cleared my dance floor, you asshole. Now I got to build it back up. Like
No, go sit down at the single for life table.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean,
Nobody likes your style.
It got bad. Like if I was at a bar or a club, I'd have to hire somebody to like stand in front of the fucking table to keep people away.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's crazy. And they get all up in your shit. And they want to like touch. I'm like, dude, back up.
Yep.
Like I'm thinking about putting a clipboard or something like to the side and just be like, here, sign your name, and then not play your
Yeah,
shit
and then-
until they go away.
But at least people feel good writing something down.
Right. They're gonna do something. So I think I'm gonna start doing that.
Why don't you like put like fake names on the clipboard already? So like
Yeah,
there's
those are-
nothing those people already on the list.
But what if it's like
just
the
never
first
get to their
person?
name.
What if it's like the first person though? It's already
No, that's
filled.
what no. What you do is you
You
already
fill it
come,
out, you
come to the
pre-fill it
fuck
out.
yeah, you come to the event already with a pre-filled list of like guest
Yeah.
names and shit, and then you had them edit at the bottom, and then you'll never play it.
And yeah, we got to get through M Mouse and D Duck first, but you're good. We'll get there.
He all slips you a fucking. He goes, I got a George Washington. Change your mind.
You drive a hard bargain, sir.
You're like, no, thank you. Hey, did you guys see? I don't mean to change subjects, but did you guys see that fucking Cat Williams fighting that teenager?
Oh yeah.
Yes, that was funny.
What is up with that
Physically
guy?
fighting him?
What is he doing now, dude?
He's on the Hunter S. Thompson diet.
Yeah. Apparently.
He's not
No, I think that story unfolded to where he was actually out in the community, in like one of his old neighborhoods.
No, I mean the kid was starting shit with him. I'm not gonna say he wasn't, but it was just
So the guy's small. I mean, what do you expect the guy to do? He's actually said it in most of his comedy acts. He says, "I'm small." He's talked about him getting in fights with kids before. This ain't the first time he's done this. You know what I'm saying? It's basically it's called self-defense. He's a small guy, and he's so small that some kids are threatening to him.
Did you?
Dude, but he also looks like shit, dude.
Yeah, dude, he looks like garbage right now, dude.
Fucking
gotta get up.
He's old.
Yeah,
What do you want? Old people look
Nah,
like shit.
dude, it ain't old, dude. That's some miles, bro. That's not just old, dude. That's just like some mileage
Just
on the
being
guy.
worn,
Yeah.
ridden wet and put ridden hard.
No,
and
because
put
he's
away.
like attacking Kevin Hart and attacking all these other comedians.
Well, then
Oh,
he
yeah.
was on
Calling him
stage
whack.
at that
That's 'cause he's trying to get
concert,
money.
got his ass kicked.
What was that, Corvo?
He was on stage at that concert in Philadelphia and got his ass kicked too.
Yeah,
That was like the week before.
I feel bad for the guy kind of because I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Stop.
Well, that's what Dave Chappelle said, dude. Dave Chappelle said when black comedians get real famous, they fucking start wigging out. So that's why he left to Africa to like stop.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you hear about it? Yeah, that was the thing. Like, the supposedly, yeah, that's like, I don't know if you call it a conspiracy or what, but he was there. And other people have posted videos basically explaining that, like, every time these black comedians get famous, and he even made a joke saying that they always play as fat women at the end of their career. You know what I mean? Martin, fucking, what's his name?
Eddie
Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
I don't know. Like, they basically play like clowns, or they play as women, and then at the end of their career they go
Like the
nuts.
Wayans brothers with white chicks, you know, just they play women, dude. They get in dresses. That's what it is.
Yeah, he says that they go, and then it goes nuts. Like, and then they go nuts eventually. Like, I think Martin was
fucking nuts.
Yeah, was arrested one time because he
on
like
the middle
went
of the street or some shit.
Yeah, but he went out in the middle of the street and said they're trying to kill me, and he had a gun in his hand.
And he was naked. Wasn't
he was naked.
Yeah, he was like in his underwear or something.
Yeah,
it's kind of like it's interesting, and it's like maybe they're just doing too many drugs, but at the same time, it's almost like it is kind of like an eerie feeling, like when you see a lot of them kind of always in the same situation. You're like, what is really going on here?
Well, think about this, dude. When you're like a comedian and you get real famous, like a black comedian, the movies just start churning out, man, and they're asking you for content like constantly. So I'm sure that pressure gets to you, and then by the time, that's why they do these special roles with like being or dressing up as women, because they're running out of content. And that's probably like a landmark of like when your career's getting to that point, you know.
It's called jumping the shark.
Maybe they jump the shark at that point, and then they know that's when, oh shit, you know, like I've hit that point. So I don't know.
Bowfinger.
Oh, do you know where the Reverend
Bowfinger, dude?
He'd definitely fucking jump in the shark if I ever saw it, dude. I got tons of respect for Eddie Murphy, dude. Or not Eddie Murphy. Yeah, it was Eddie Murphy. I love him. He's like 48 hours.
Yeah.
All the things that he doing are amazing, dude. Until I saw that movie, and I'm like, oh, this is over. I mean, because like Steve Martin was Steve Martin in that movie, but Eddie Murphy was not Eddie Murphy. In that
What were you
It
saying,
definitely
Greg?
plays into the conspiracies about the Illuminati being in Hollywood.
The Masonic.
Rose hates, just for anybody if this is your first time listening or you don't know who Rose is, he
Strap your shoes
hates
on.
the Masons and he hates the Illuminati.
He'll find a way to wiggle them into the show every time.
I for one am waiting for Boats dressed up like an old black lady movie. I can't.
when he blows up.
Is he still on?
He's having problems with his connection.
Damn it.
Right
I wanted
now.
to say that. I wanted him to hear that shit.
Yeah, no,
Big
he
boat-
got
Detroit
interrupted by
Boat's
some
house?
sort of incoming.
Yeah.
What?
What?
What'd you say, Rose?
So he
Anyway.
got interrupted by some sort of incoming.
Maybe.
I see.
He is in one of those desert type countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see this, right? Ken's getting all like excited about this when he's talking OPSEC. He's like, "Oh God,
I'm touching myself." No,
yeah,
I wanna say
baby.
it, but
you know the worst part about
Say
it?
something dirty on
I was playing with the head of my dick.
It's only because if you don't, it touches the floor. So
Oh shit! Yeah. So so since you guys all seen it, like, dude, that kid got him in a headlock and everything. He had his like legs wrapped around him and shit.
Did he?
you go to
Oh, yeah,
jail,
no,
bitch.
I thought it was just like a full Nelson or some shit, or like.
It's even worse, dude. When you look like a bitch and you're like 40 and some fucking 7th grader just gets you in a full Nelson,
you're like,
God damn, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass.
It's probably a good time to disappear from the fucking public eye for a while.
Yeah.
I think getting caught in a full Nelson as a grown adult in public is embarrassing. As
You know what's funny? He probably. I wonder if he was thinking that guy's a full grown man. All right, I'll show it to you guys. You guys hear that?
He punched the kid.
He sucker punched him.
Punch, dude.
Look at him. Look at
Tell me that's your child. No, he hit me first, man. That's what happened. Back up off me, little boy.
Just gonna lay on the ground, dude. He's just gonna stand up.
He hit me first.
He told me to walk through him.
What's he supposed to do?
So please tell me that he got charged with assaulting a minor.
Yeah, because he hit him first too. You gonna get me off me, little boy. That's what happens. I let you get me in the full Nelson, little boy. Because I'm still a pimp, boy.
Yeah, but his career is like not that.
No, it's not, dude. It's but I always thought Cat Williams was funny. I liked his comedy stand up and everything. Like if I was still watch it now, I'm still gonna like it. It's still gonna be funny. Kind of like when I watch Bill Cosby, huh, guys?
Bill Cosby
Speaking of
sucks.
awkward transitions,
Bill Cosby already went away, dude. Let's leave him away.
Yeah.
Poor guy, dude.
Well, fucking better not get thrown in jail. Did you see fucking that one? Jared got his ass whooped by some big Bubba motherfucker.
yeah, dude, he got.
Dude, did you hear the story? Look, it's funny. They did a story on how
I'm not gonna get raped, little boy.
No, hold up. How Jared got beat up, right? By this one dude. Anyways, they did this, like the actual story on that. They focused more on the guy that attacked him. It turns out that the guy that attacked him used to be like some career criminal that stopped, doing whatever he was doing and like took over a furniture shop. It was working for like 30 years, and somehow or another, they found evidence, or I don't know what exactly happened, but he ended up getting caught 30 years later, and then went to jail again after he like helped the community and shit like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. So like 30 years later, it's like somebody sold some stolen equipment or some shit.
Catches up to you, man.
Dude, I feel bad for the guy because he like cleaned up his act and everything.
Right.
And
He went to the Lord.
Maybe, dude. I don't know.
You don't like mans no more?
You don't like me and
I don't
But
do crimes
you can never
no more.
they can never run away from your past, I guess.
That sucks, dude. I mean, it is what
He's
it
like
is.
60 and then he got caught, dude. So he's like in there for a while. Like once you, I thought there was isn't there like a certain limit after you do or commit a crime? Like after a certain,
Still a
I mean-
statute of limitations, but
Yeah,
it depends on the
right?
crime.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, let's just think about this. Hey, you're fucking.
it's specific to a crime then, right?
So
But if
But
you're
those,
a
like,
Jeffrey
dudes-
Dahmer motherfucker and then you turned your life around, it's no excuse. You just.
Well, I mean, I think most felonies have like a minimum like 10 years or something like that, or 20 years depending on the felony.
Right.
So like, yeah, if it was something that could tie you to something pretty major, then
I'm not sure if he killed somebody or robbed a bank or some shit.
That's fucking crazy.
yeah.
Anyways,
Definitely.
who cares? He beat up fucking Jared. Jared deserves
If it were capital, I don't think capital actually has statute of limitations at all.
They wanted it.
Yeah, but it was nuts, man. I mean, you kind of feel bad. You feel bad for a victim anyway. It's written, I guess, but I guess they all deserved it. Yeah,
I don't know. It sucks. It sucks that that's what our justice system is now. You know what I mean? Like that we're sitting here praising a failure of the justice system. But do I like Jared? No. Do I like what he did? No. But you know what I mean? You do not have the right to be free when you're incarcerated, but you do have certain human rights, and one is to be protected.
Right.
You know what I mean? And one is to be given justice and to be served justice.
Yeah.
And
I think
praise. to praise the depravity of our justice system. I don't think it's
well. That's funny. It's an interesting conversation because it's weird how people want to follow the rules in certain aspects, but then completely love it when the rules aren't followed. When it's in their favor of thinking.
Think about everybody's favorite failure of the justice system, the Al Capone story, The Untouchables, right. And now
great movie.
I mean, anybody who's grew up in America, male specifically, knows the story of Al Capone. But I mean, the dude was untouchable for almost for his whole entire career as a crime lord.
Yeah.
But he was
charming.
He was bootlegging. He was killing people. They were laundering money. They were. I mean, you name it, and he was doing it. And he was so good. Yeah. He was so good that they could not tie him to anything.
You want to catch him?
You want to catch him?
Don't listen to that.
Well, they finally caught him by the IRS, right?
Well, no. So what they did, because they couldn't get him under, and if you ever listen to Penn Jillette, Penn and Teller has a great synopsis of this. Because they could not get him with the law, they made up a law. And then they made up a whole branch of justice.
With IRS.
Right? With the taxes and shit.
Yeah. Just to tax evasion, right?
Yeah, they couldn't do their job, so they had to make up a law to put him in jail. And to me, that's bad. That's not good. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I said, we have now laws do have to change. Like, I completely understand that. And when you know somebody is guilty, they're guilty. You know what I mean? But we have a legal system for a reason.
You want justice? You have to do it the untouchable
do
way.
It this way. And dude, so it's a two-edged sword. I think a lot of people could get on either. It's very polarizing. I think is the word I was looking for. But if you ask me, it's a failure.
Here's the thing. I mean, it's not like I think the justice system would have worked for him. But the thing is, since they just banned alcohol out of nowhere, it was like the cops and everybody else, like they didn't even try to enforce any of the laws. You know what I mean? Because they didn't even believe in that law. That they thought cops thought that was a stupid law to the prohibition and ban alcohol.
Yeah,
I mean, but when you're in a volatile like if, for example, like I could if I lived during that time and I sold alcohol, I bet I would have a lot of sympathy. You know what I mean? With anybody.
Okay,
you know
so now imagine that all of a sudden weed was legal and then it wasn't. And you're doing your thing, right? But you're a fucking criminal, dude. And you're not even a good kind of criminal. You're not even a dude just whatever, walking around with some dope. You're murdering people, dude.
Right.
Put people in holes.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That is wrong. Doing that is wrong. But making up a law to catch somebody that you can't catch otherwise, that's wrong too.
Yeah.
Sorry. End of the day.
Well, and that was the thing is they needed to clean up their police, not
it's
fucking.
Kind of like changing government for a specific agenda, and that's totally wrong.
Yeah, and it was kind of.
Hold on. No. Now I got to interject.
No, go for it. Absolutely, please.
Wait a minute.
Because like I said, it's a polarizing opinion.
You look at the situation, and I see what you're saying. It looks like, man, these people were so weak, and they didn't have the resources, and they were desperate, and they had to do something. Well, you know what, man? That's how government was formed, okay? That's how countries were formed, okay? Out of desperation.
Hold on.
I'm not done yet. Look, you said something very, very vital. You said, saying they had to make up a law because the ones that weren't working. They had to make up a law in order to stop somebody from doing some bad things, and I don't believe that was okay. And let me tell you something. I agree with the IRS, which is a system of checks and balances. I'm
loving that chain jiggle.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Shut up. If you have a set of silencers, send me a pair. All right.
Can we get some fucking?
Yeah. Put some silencers on this goddamn dog tag, sir.
What I'm trying to make is this. Okay. The IRS. Yes. The system.
He's holding him. I'm just fucking with you. Just talk.
I don't know, man. I don't hear the feedback. But it's a system of checks and balances. What the IRS is, and you know what? It may not.
Okay. Well, hold on. So what are you getting at? Because you're gonna go into the Masons in about 5 seconds.
Anybody here who in today's society is a Al Capone? Who do we have in our society today that is considered to be somebody like Al Capone?
Well, the last big Teflon Don was Gotti. Gotti, and they got him dead to rights.
But
just like they should have done to Capone. Instead of making up a law.
Here's the issue with these guys is that, okay, like Al Capone, obviously we can all agree he was an evil piece of shit.
Yeah.
But in the time and place that he came from, like, it was a lot more normal. In the way we're looking at it now, like,
Right, it's despicable in our day and age. Yeah,
we've evolved. You know.
So you're saying that the steps that the actions that the police and the government took, the federal government took back then, were acceptable back then, and they're not now.
Well,
so
no, I mean, it's.
We're looking at it through like rose-colored glasses, or I mean, what's?
I think maybe the actions of Al Capone also in that day and age may. If someone to get into power that wanted to come from nothing and wanted to build themselves into something in that day and age, you know what I'm saying, they had less resources than we do today. So, like, yeah, we don't believe in murder. Murder is bad. It's true, but
like I think what you're trying to say too is like it's kind of like.
Wait a minute.
Obviously, slavery is wrong.
Let me read into what Rose was saying there for a second. So. You don't have the resources. It's okay to be a criminal to bring yourself up. You're opposed to social democracy. You're opposed to socialism, but it's okay for somebody to claw themselves up.
I didn't say I was opposed to socialism.
Well, I mean, so can we give? We can give to them. I mean, maybe I'm mistaken about your position here, but
what I'm saying is that back in that being poor in that day and age, okay. Today people have TVs who are poor. Okay, I'm talking to you on an internet, and I'm fucking poor, okay? You have to understand that people in that day, that type of poverty is like you know, it's not the same type of poverty we have today, but we're in the same category, okay?
But no,
hold on. Let Greg come in here.
The thing is with these people is, like, they're acting out of desperation initially. You know what I mean? Like, plain and simple. It's desperation.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
How does that equate to...
How about this? Hold on. Let me interject. Like, would you guys
that
agree?
means that there have been a lot of Al Capones then, if that's the kind of mindset.
Hold on.
There was.
Hold on. Listen.
Not really.
Would you guys agree that, like, maybe we always change laws because we feel like the current laws aren't working or they're outdated or... but
you know, if you change a law about murder to encapsulate something involving murder, that's changing a law. When you can't get somebody for something you know they're guilty of, so you invent a completely different law and a completely, you know what I mean? You at the time he wasn't breaking a law,
right?
So they just made a law and then post hoc said, okay, now you were breaking that law, so you're going to jail.
Okay, you're right. I agree. That action there alone is wrong.
That was a failure of the justice system, taking the easy way out, dude.
Do you think?
Yeah, but creating the law wasn't the problem. It was the fact of why they created a law that was the problem. It was their integrity that was being questioned here.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with making laws if they make sense. However,
because the IRS, that whole law made sense. It worked.
So we're there. We understand that.
Do you think the government? This was becoming such a big problem that the government said, you know what? He wants to sit there and fucking game our laws. We're gonna game his ass right now and do this. Yeah, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right.
When you compromise the justice system, everybody loses.
Well, do you think?
But you can't put yourself down to that kind of level.
Right. All right, Osborne, you live in Texas. I want to ask you a question. If Texas decided they really are going to go through with it and become their own fucking country, you know what I'm saying? What you'd probably pick up your gun and join them, wouldn't you?
I'd leave.
You'd leave Texas?
Absolutely. Yes. Okay. I'm here. I'm a Texas. Okay, first of all, Texas is never going to secede. I don't care how in the clause that is. Texas is never going to leave.
No, it's
never going to happen. Yeah, because Texas is great, but have you seen the way that we treat other countries? Do you know how impossible it would be for Texas to do business with the rest of the country, if they were their own country?
We would blackball them hard.
We would fucking get choked out, dude. And
they know that. Not if Trump becomes president. If Trump becomes president, Texas, what would tell you? Woohoo!
Nah, that would never happen. That's just them talking out of their ass, all that bullshit. They're just
they have that power. They have that social power.
They have it. They have it written in there. It's written in their Texas Constitution.
Here's why they won't do it, though, because this would be insane. Because then they would be unprotected, and then we might be like, fuck it, fuck you guys. We're not going to protect you then either. And then, Mexico might go in and we're going to take this shit back. We're going to go ahead and take this state back.
Yeah, this is...
I don't think so.
Oh, no. I don't think that Mexico can stand against fucking Texas.
If you're asking me if I'm anti-government, I'm not anti-government. I'm anti abuse of power.
Do you think that sometimes the government does have to step in and just do something because it's getting out of control, like with the killing and all that stuff? Like, I mean, like, do you think like they were put in a position where they just like, we can't? There's nothing we can do to stop this guy, and this guy's continuing to buy out government officials.
You know, if they'd have lifted prohibition, he wouldn't have had a leg to stand on.
That's true.
And then after they made that law and they slapped him down, they lifted prohibition anyway.
Yeah,
it's just like all this illegal violence and all of the criminals that we have in the courts right now for marijuana. When that's no longer an issue, which I think in the near future will not be an issue in the United States of America, dude, we are going to clear our plates. And then our biggest issue is going to be like DUIs.
We put too many people in jail, dude. I know that. Like, I mean, in jail, dude. When I first, you know,
what do you guys think about that for-profit prison system?
No, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't realize how many more for-profit prisons there are than actually.
Yes, and when your only customer is the United States government, dude. I mean, I'm sure everybody in this room has had civilian dealings with the United States government before, dude. But you, like, the name of the game is lowball.
Yeah,
it is to do it as cheap as you possibly fucking can.
Yep. So
yeah.
What do you think, Greg? I mean, I know you were talking a little bit about, you know, did you kind of agree that, you know, it was kind of a good thing during the time for the government to step in, or?
Well, I mean, you know, I agree with you guys for the most part.
It's a delicate situation, so there's really no wrong or right. I don't know. Is there a wrong answer?
Yeah. And I think the wrong answer is subverting the justice system.
It's true. I agree with that completely. But on a more base level, it's like, okay, there's a problem. How the fuck do we deal with it? Okay, he's you know, giving us the finger in every other aspect that we're trying to get him out here. He's good.
Killing people.
We got it.
Like, everyone knows he's killing people. We know these are Capone's men. You know, all this shit.
But I mean,
but if you really knew, it would have been a slam dunk.
Yeah, the
reason is because he was all over the papers and everybody knew, and it was making a mockery out of like the government and the police force and everything, and that's why they got rid of him. Yeah. Well, that's why they did what they did.
Yeah, you can almost say that it was more embarrassing for them to have him keep on going.
Exactly.
They had to just stop him.
Yeah.
That doesn't scare you.
That's because he was building so.
No, it does.
For sure. It's totally wrong. It's not the right thing to do. I'm just saying that's what probably was. That's why it happened.
It does, but the thing is, the people will sympathize with the government during those times to a degree, because what they're thinking is like, good, because I can't stand this fucker. He's terrorizing neighborhoods. He's doing all this shit.
Yeah,
so so it goes back to who gets the sympathy, who gets, you know, like for example, at first,
because everybody loses when he's not out.
So, like, yeah, for example, at first, the reason everyone likes him is because prohibition was a dumb fucking idea anyway. And even, like I said, even law enforcement didn't even agree with it. So he was able to get away with things, probably for free. Probably really didn't even have to pay anybody off, just because they liked
him some booze.
Yeah, because they liked what he believed in. You know what I mean? So they gave him, you know, they let him go. But I think eventually, when it started getting worse and worse, then, you know, people didn't really, because you would think that people would rise up and protest and all that stuff regarding the government kind of doing their power, but they didn't. You know, they kind of didn't mind it, because it was
it's the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, I guess it is one of those things. You know,
like I said, I guess in hindsight, it's either. But the whole point to be celebrating failures of the justice system.
Yeah.
You know, nobody likes a pervert. People in perverts. Are
people are emotional. I mean, humans are emotional people. I mean, when you even just looking at the elections, you know, it's weird how the last 10, 12 years, how elections have gotten a little bit more, especially with social media, I guess, a little bit more like heated in a sense, like. I don't know, man. I guess when I was growing up, I don't remember.
It's reality TV, dude.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It doesn't get more real than President of the United States.
They campaigned for like a year or some shit, or 2 years, right?
Yeah,
2 years. That's nuts, man.
Yeah.
I mean, just sit there and do your job.
I guess what I'm saying is I don't remember people getting that upset about it, but I guess I was younger and I didn't really pay attention to it.
Yeah,
I didn't give a fuck.
And the only place you could see it back then, the newspaper or on TV. You know what I mean?
Right.
It wasn't in front of your face constantly. What I mean?
Yeah.
And so.
Shut up, Mom.
Shut up, Mom, on the podcast, Mom.
The meatloaf.
On the podcast, Mom.
I don't know what she's doing back there.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It's just really, really delicate. We're definitely, you're seeing things change definitely a lot within the last decade.
You know, you didn't. Well, I know my mother anecdotally told me a story about when she was a kid, and she had said something about she mentioned something about the president. I don't know who it was at the time.
Right.
And my grandfather, her father, like slapped her out of her chair, dude. Like,
Right.
boom, back hit her.
Oh, you did. You did tell me that.
Yeah, because they said it was just something you didn't do back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got like Clinton sucking dick or getting his dick sucked in the office and all that stuff like that. And like, now it's a spectacle. And some people will, and I think it's people blame the 24-hour news cycle and things like that for the acceptability of these.
I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast. They had some dude from Australia on, and they were talking about the government. They're talking about like how maybe having one figure.
They have a parliament system, don't they?
Yeah, but they have like a prime minister. Yeah, they do. I think it's
they have a parliament.
But what he's saying is like the election only lasts 30 days. It doesn't last 2 fucking years, and also it's kind of stupid to have like one person be the head of the country. Now we're so big that.
Yeah, I think that's the thing though, is like I think people forget it is 3 branches of government. It's not like I think we treat him. I think the population treats the president like a king, and people don't care about Congress. You ask your normal dude on the street, they don't give a fuck about Congress. They don't give a fuck about the Senate.
Congress is very important, and
no, it is. It's very important. But they can keep a president from doing anything.
That you can be a congressman your whole fucking career.
Well, yeah, they need to change that.
Because people don't keep up.
Yeah,
with things like that.
But that's the reason.
So many
that's the
faces
reason.
and so many names.
They can keep becoming congressmen and senators because the people don't give a shit, and I think they're starting to realize. Wait, they can be a senator for how long? You know what I mean? I think people are slowly starting to realize that. So there's nothing really wrong with the way it works. It's 3 branches of government. They cancel each other out to a degree, right? But it got to a point where only people care about the president when it's like, I don't know.
The reason for that is because he's the face of the country.
No, yeah, he is the face. He's the representative.
And it is very serious, but
I mean, it's all serious, but I'm saying we treat the presidency.
Well, here's something to consider too. Have any of you guys ever worked in a shop with like almost no old timers in it?
Yeah.
Where I mean, like literally everybody was new within 2 years. Right, and it's hard to fucking get shit done, dude. Yeah. Nobody knows what they're doing. Right. You know what I mean? Okay, like everybody has an idea of how to do things, but nobody really knows how things run. And I think that if you did something like terms in Congress, they would have to be pretty long. I mean, because 2 years is not enough time.
No, definitely not.
No, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm not asking, but I'm talking to we're talking
about Congress. I mean, imagine how Congress would function if literally everybody was.
Well, how about this?
Also
how about this? Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. When a congressman wants to stay, a congressman, and he's doing his whole election thing or whatever his I don't know his what do you call that? I just lost the word for it. When they're trying to get campaigning, when they're campaigning, exactly, they're getting donations or whatever, and they're gonna have to pull favors for the people that donated to their run.
Did you see what happened in Utah with Sanders?
No.
So, dude, Sanders swept the Democratic.
Oh yeah, he did. He did.
Swept it.
He's starting to get her now. I've said it before.
The superdelegate vote split 50-50.
Yeah.
80% of people who voted for Sanders. 80% of people who voted for Sanders who voted Democrat in Utah voted for Sanders, and two of the senators completely turned their backs. 2 of the superdelegates turned their backs on the people of Utah and went with Clinton. I mean, you don't get landslides like that in elections, dude.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean?
It's bad, man. Like
it's shit.
It's crazy. This election, dude, is so crazy because you see both parties sort of crumbling. Like you see the destruction of each one, and you're slowly seeing. They're trying to undermine Bernie. They don't want Bernie in any single way. The establishment on both sides. And you could see it on the Republican side, and you could see it on the Democratic side. How
so you think the machine is moving against him now? The super PAC machine.
No, No,
You
like
don't like that if they're not.
so, like for example, the machine, you know, has kind of been more for Clinton and not Bernie.
Well, who are we referring to specifically? The Democratic Party or
well, both. So I would
politics
say
as a whole.
Politics as a whole, but I say for the Democratic side, they definitely want Clinton. They don't want Bernie Sanders, even though you hear a lot of people voting for Bernie Sanders or saying they're going for Bernie Sanders, but apparently she's winning everything. I don't understand it. And then on the Republican side,
Hillary, dude.
And then on the Republican side, you see the Republican Party. I don't even know what they're doing. There's two guys that haven't dropped out yet because they're trying to keep their delegates and all that. And this is what's gonna happen. Like, this is what I feel that they're trying to do. Obviously, Trump's winning on the Republican side, but I think they're gonna fucking fuck him.
Oh, yeah. When it comes to undermine them by holding on to those.
But dude,
votes.
people are gonna go fucking nuts, dude, if that happens. I mean, just like me and you talked about, Derek. Whether you like any candidate or not, it's for the people, by the people. If people want this person, people want Bernie Sanders, and like you said, 80% of the people vote for Bernie Sanders in the
Democratic.
Senate. Yeah,
80% of the people who voted Democrat voted for Sanders.
Yeah, and then they turn you see when you see shit like that happen, it's fucking like whether you agree with that person's politics. But if they won fair and square, man, that's fucking wrong, dude. You know, just like
you guys remember Bush versus Gore?
Yeah.
And how Al Gore, what was it, in Florida, he won the popular election, but the
electoral he didn't.
Yeah, they went the other way. Like, that's fucked up. That's not.
Yeah, that's shit, dude. That's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what happened in Utah.
Well,
that was another one. That race was crazy. You know, and this is before all the Facebook, Twitter, and all that shit.
Right.
And that was a crazy election.
Do you think we should get rid of the electoral vote?
I think so.
The issue is that, obviously, if you have,
like, it doesn't add up when you get the popular vote, but then you don't get the electoral.
Yeah, if you have your representatives are picked.
Yeah, that's your representatives fucking the people that they represent.
Yeah, and there was I was watching an interview the other day. Some journalist called a Congress. I forget what state they were in. And he called her out about it. He was like, what the hell are you doing?
You're being a whore.
Yeah, pretty much. He was like, no, your entire state voted for. I think it was for.
What the fuck are you doing? Well, I think my entire state's wrong.
She was like, well, fuck that. I'm voting for Hillary. So he's like, no, in your capacity, you have to endorse what the people want, like your own personal vote.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
When you go out to the polls, when you go out by yourself, to vote like everybody else does, then you can do what you want. But in that capacity,
right,
you're supposed to represent.
Yeah, if your state, your region, city, whatever kind of politician you are, you represent what the people want there.
You're in the fucking office.
You're a public servant.
Yeah,
you're not.
And that's the issue sometimes when these people are in for too long. You know what I mean? It's like they kind of.
What's going to benefit me in the long run? Fuck these people.
There's a reason why those people choose to be congressmen rather than being police officers or a real true public servant, because they don't serve the public. They serve themselves. And okay, that's not to say everybody does that. No. Let's not be general about it, but that's kind of.
You got to play the game though, because I'm sure there's times as a politician, even though you fucking can't stand this motherfucker or whatever, like you have to, because it's in. You could say it's even within your whether it's in your best interest or your city's best interest. Sometimes like they put you in a corner. You're like, fuck, I got to do this shit because then
shit on someone.
Yeah, because my city's gonna go to shit if I don't or whatever. You know what I mean?
There's hard choices for sure. I mean, it's anybody guys all military, everything like that. Like there's times when you come across a choice and you're like, well, fuck. It's not. I
just don't understand what makes them think that they're so much more educated or qualified than every single person in their 80% of the people in their.
I guess it's normal because it's just like when people think fucking Obama's stupid or when they think Bush is stupid, they're obviously qualified in some way or form, but people will still say that they're fucking retarded. It's like, well, they're obviously not that retarded. You know what I mean? Like let's be honest. Like, yeah, they're stupid in a sense, but not as stupid as you think. Like they're obviously smart guys. Like you don't just get there. You're being a complete fucking. Maybe they just know how to play politics.
They're a career politician. Politicians are just like shake your hand and then have the real intent behind their back. That's what it is. Oh, anyways, I wanted not to go back. I don't know what the fuck happened to James.
No, I had to fix my camera.
Not to go backtrack a little too much, but back to that Joe Rogan podcast. They also talked about one thing that made sense to me. China China has when they plan something out, it's usually like 40 years out. So they'll have the time to plan something, their infrastructure, whatever. It's 40 years out. That's why they progress. They have a good building block for
slave
that.
labor too, though.
Well, yeah, okay, but regardless,
that's a huge difference.
No, hold on. Yeah, for sure.
They don't pay their
got other
McDonald's workers
resources.
$15 an hour.
For sure. But they get to plan out things longer, and then here you have the president plans out his thing for 4 years, and then it gets scrapped after 4 years if they don't get reelected, and then you're starting over, and you're constantly starting over and over and over and over instead of having some set plan.
Well,
so there's drawbacks for both.
I can understand that.
Is like politicians, and especially you see it during Obama's presidency, is that like they're blocking his bills. Like they might be really good, solid, well thought out, beneficial bills, and they're blocking them out of spite.
Yeah.
That's true. Which
is the same thing that's going to happen with Sanders.
Well. How about this though, guys? I mean, I think at the same time, remember when we talked about serving and all this stuff? I mean, is the president is that really their job? Is to create all these little things and try to pass them through things, or are they supposed to facilitate what's going on in Congress?
The guiding hand.
Yeah, because I mean, from what I've read in history and what I've looked at, it always seemed like the president was more there to facilitate between the two sides or three sides what's going on. And the president would usually be the one that's kind of like, okay, I'm going to be the fucking middle guy here and be like, you can't fucking do this. And you obviously asking for too much. We need to fucking meet somewhere in the middle versus President Bush saying we're going to fucking Patriot Act. And then, Obama, we're going to force this in you and then this. And it's like, wait a second. What is your job? But
hold on. How can a president be impartial like that when his party, which is half of the House, are the ones that got him into the job position that he's in?
Yes, pay those people back, man.
Well, he doesn't have to, but the point is that it's like, imagine if it was you, okay? A group of people, a large group of people say, hey, man, we're going to pay you a lot of fucking money, okay, to be a fucking, to be the horse and pony boy, okay? And this is what we want you to vote on. And y'all are going to talk about it. You're going to hang out. You're going to have brewskis together. And then eventually you're going to convince each other that you all agree. You see, the president might not even be a Democrat in the beginning. But you know what? In the beginning, he's just a politician trying to do his job. He likes the idea.
Did anybody see the episode of American Dad where Stan wanted to be the speaker for the Republican caucus, but they wouldn't let him? And he was completely anti-gay, but then he goes to the gay rally at accident, and they want him to be the speaker. And then all of a sudden, he's like totally cool with homosexuality. Because he wants to be their representative. Because he wants. All right,
and there you go, National Lampoon, baby. There we go.
So
that's National Lampoon.
Am I wrong there? Like, is the president's job to be having ideas?
It's not a guiding hand anymore. It's a washing hand now.
Right. Well, hold on? What is our president? He is the commander in chief, right? His job.
That's fine.
He's supposed to galvanize Congress. He's supposed to galvanize the government system. He's supposed to be that rock.
Yeah, he's supposed to. No matter if you're a Democrat or Republican, you have to have at least be in the middle somewhere and be like, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican. All right, you guys need to figure this shit out.
So you're saying a president's job is not only to be the commander in chief who gives commands and fight and deals with other countries. He's also supposed to be the impartial judge.
But dude, it's not that people didn't know that he wanted Obamacare. And I think that's kind of a crappy name for it. They didn't know. It's not like people didn't know he wanted socialized medicine.
Right.
Congress knew. The House knew. Yeah. Everybody knew when he stepped up to the plate that he wanted socialized medicine, and he got elected.
Yeah.
And then they started pushing it, and everybody was like, "Well, woe is us because we didn't." You know what I mean? Like, what do the American people know? You know what I mean? Like, or what? What do the people that have been trusted?
I just want there to be an independent party, dude. Like.
And that's not going to happen.
They're all independent until they have to go get elected.
Until they're beholden to somebody.
Yeah, exactly. They're all independent. True. That the mayor of San Diego.
So
right
we
now
need to. So you got to talk about.
So you don't think. So I mean, everybody bags on the dude, but you don't think Sanders is that person? You don't think that he's impartial enough? I mean, he does want to see Obamacare successful in a different way. He does want to see us be more socialist than we already are.
Well, I think that's probably one of the main problems.
You don't think he's the type of person that can cut through that kind of bullshit?
I mean, he obviously. Well, here's the thing. He's so genuine. No, listen. He seems so genuine to me that I don't think he can. So that's the one thing I like about him is that because he believes what he says and he's genuine. I'm not that socialist.
At least the
dude.
face that you see.
Yeah, I'm not that socialist, dude. I don't agree with his what he wants, but I can say, you know what? At least he's a genuine guy. But again, because of that he is gonna try to do what he believes. Like that's what he believes, and I'm not gonna knock him for it because, like I said, I think he's a genuine person. But because of that, I don't know if he can cut through that. You know what
do
I
you
mean?
think, Greg?
I don't know. Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, kind of.
You know, this election is fucked up, and I like Bernie Sanders for that exact fact, based on his honesty. Like you can tell, like the fucking guy is not. He is
who he says he is.
Out for anything. He just wants people to fucking school and have healthcare and shit. Huh. You know what I mean? It's not a shtick. Like the guy's been a public servant for fucking ever.
But I think it's just like the conversation we had last time regarding government stepping in, no matter what the actual subject is for me at least. I've seen the government fail over and over. They're not very good with money, and I just it's like remember we talked about college.
The only thing they're worse with than money is keeping secrets.
Yeah, but remember like when we talked about college, it's like when you say the term free college, fuck yeah. I mean, who doesn't want that? The idea of free college for anybody, who doesn't want that? No matter what the fuck you believe. But it's when it comes into practice now, that's when you start scratching your head. At least for me, you're like, you're fucking this up. You know what I mean? And then you want more money from me?
They already have a plan to account for every dollar of the socialized schooling. They have a plan.
But the thing is, when you cut something or when you increase something, you're cutting into something else somewhere, and that's when the whole debate starts happening.
And the money is going to be closing tax breaks for stock market speculators.
Right.
So we know where the money's coming from.
Right.
It all has to start somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, and they throw the word socialist around so much, and like people get scared by it. But I don't.
I mean, and it's not anything. It's not anything that we're not already doing. It's just taking it to the next level.
Exactly, but then you hear that a lot because people are trying to denigrate him. You know what I mean? They're trying to make him look like a.
What about this idea? Well, what about if every state decided they were going to be their own fascist state? Like each state became fascist in their own right, and you know what I'm saying?
Define fascist. I don't know. I don't think that word means what you think that it means.
But I think
hold on. Let's Google it. Let's see.
We'll look it up. We'll look at why I say this. I think the thing is there's a lot of people who are completely against any kind of socialism though, and that's usually where the divide is.
Are the same ones that are sending their kids to public schools are the same ones that are using these programs that are already available.
True, but a lot of people would prefer private schools and all that, or they don't even want their money going to public schools. But it's like they're already taking my money.
The question is, are we better as a society for having higher education? When I say higher, like secondary school education available to kids now. Do you think we're better off?
Yeah, any society is better.
High school is the standard.
You can see it in Middle Eastern countries. Everyone doesn't have education, so you can clearly see the difference between a third world country and
China. China's another one that we mentioned a second ago that has like 90% literacy or 80 or something like that, and 80% of the population is in starvation.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they're
a communist country though. I think those things scare me.
Hold on. Someone still explain to me why my idea sounds so crazy. Why, if every state had empathy, right? They created fascist state through empathy.
Huh? You're talking about a sharding of the country into 50 separate states?
But I'm saying, no, we already are separate states. Florida is separate from New York. Right? You got Florida, Alabama. I'm talking about each state that's already existing. If each one of us, stepped up their game, took responsibility for their own shit, and they decided that they were going to have each state would have their own type of fascist rule through a voting. What kind of state do we want to be?
Well, fascism and voting is those two concepts are completely.
All right, hold on.
It's called democratic socialism.
Yeah. Listen. Derek talked about this before, just giving this for the people by the people. Maybe do we need more federal laws, or do we just need states to take care of their own people in their own state?
I mean, we don't even, as a country, we don't even have a space.
Some states can't, dude. Some states can't take care of their own people. They don't have the resources to do so.
But do you ever think No. I'm not saying like they can't trade and do all this stuff. I'm talking in terms of what they want to do. Like if they don't want gay marriage, okay. then they don't have it. And I don't agree with that, but I'm just saying, like, we talked about that, like 2 podcasts ago, where if your state's voting on certain things, this is obviously the people that live there. It's
kind of hard, man. It's kind of hard to do that.
Well, and maybe they're struggling because maybe certain federal laws, like federal laws of growing weed, there's certain states. Look at Colorado.
States, I would see certain states, if that was the case, they would be less populated, and they'd probably need more help to keep the people there, and then it'd be just.
But look at Colorado.
I mean, the solution isn't to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know what I mean? This is the government that we have now.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
and like, let's say just completely abandoning it and say going with like a directed state type of thing. It
wouldn't work, man. I don't think.
You know what I mean?
We need to help our present government. We need to help it evolve, okay? And we, the people, need to do it because it's written for to protect. We, the people, have the power, and if we, the people, don't do it, and we say, no, government, you do it, then what's going to happen is whatever the fuck they want, the power, the power packs you're talking about, whatever the fuck they want this country to run is the way it's going to run. If we, the people, do not start doing more than just talking about it.
How is that different than now?
Huh? No, it's not talking about now. And now, that's what I'm saying. It's all called the domino effect, man. Listen, it's called the domino effect. Everybody's talking about all these different issues, what ifs, and all this stuff, and we're talking about what are we going to do about it, and which president's gonna fix everything, and which idea is better than the other, and the thing is, like, why are we all sitting around talking about how the federal government's going to fix our lives? Why aren't we talking about
going on and fixing
how
them on our own?
Ourselves?
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Well, my uncle's a pilot, and he stopped over like a couple of weeks ago. He's from Georgia. He's very right wing, like Christian, very prim and proper. And then there's my father, who's been in the Northeast his entire life. Pretty rough around the edges. And for some unknown reason, my fucking uncle decides to bring up politics. And my father's been he's been very involved in local politics his entire life. And so my uncle's, going off about this, and that, well, I like this guy for this reason. My father's like, okay, so what are you doing, about it? And he's like, oh, well, I vote. And my father's like, okay, well, good for you. Everyone fucking votes. He's like, why don't you get your ass to your local meetings?
Don't talk about it, be about it.
That are actually affecting your life. You know what I mean? Like, go out there and do it. Like, have you donated to the candidate that you believe in? Have you gone to a local meeting ever?
Right.
And he's no, you haven't. And my father's like, so shut the fuck up then. And that's it.
And I agree with that. I've always said that. I've always said that, like, if say you live in a liberal city or a conservative city, and you're bitching about your city, it's probably the guy in charge of your city. You know what I mean? Like, it's usually that. So it's like when people go like, oh, well, look at, I'm struggling, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, well, who's your, whatever. Oh, it's this Republican guy. Oh, it's this Democrat guy. It's like, okay.
Look at that guy from,
you're like, wait a second here.
I think it's like Dean Snyder, not Dean Snyder, it's something Snyder from Detroit, from Michigan, the governor.
Yeah.
He fucking, he's...
D. Snyder was the dude from Twisted Sister.
Yeah.
I said Dean Snyder. I didn't say Dean Snyder.
D. Snyder.
D. Snyder died, dude. Did you know that?
Rock.
He did?
I think he did. I think
so.
so.
I gotta look this up. I don't think so.
I think D. Snyder died, dude.
Out of here.
I think
get the fuck out of here.
But yeah, see how it's fucked up, man. Look how shitty your city is, and then you look at the governor, how he let out all those, the water in Flint and everything, and it just shows to you that you could have done something about it, but this guy's in power and made some.
All right, hold on. I want to play devil's advocate here, okay? Because none of us here have been a governor or a mayor, so I'm pretty sure none of us here have any.
But it's still your fault, dude. Like, you've been in the military, bro. If your platoon sucks, platoon daddy's fault, straight up.
Right.
That's not how it works.
No, I understand. Hold on, though. I got what you're saying, okay? But it's not that militarized,
No, but it's the leader, so it was the leader's fault, dude.
I got you. Now imagine. Hold on, though. Now imagine if, as a leader, you had 5 groups over here and 5 groups of people over here.
Half wearing fishnet, half wearing no pants.
Fuck up. No, this 5 over here. These groups, all of them have more social capital, okay, and more political power in the city than these 5. Okay.
This little.
All right. Y'all understand now? There's 10 groups of people, and you're one man. You're one man and you're in charge of the
I wish you
city.
could see this, Greg.
It's 10 groups of people, okay? All right, so these 5 over here, okay, these 5 groups, like I said, have more social capital and have more political power.
Okay, that's fine.
And they're bugging you every single fucking day. These 5 groups of people are bugging you to do what they want you to do. While these groups over here are sitting at home, sucking down welfare and masturbating. Okay? So, who do you think this governor's going to listen to? These guys over here that just want
in an ideal world,
get any money,
he'd take both interests into account.
Well,
in an ideal world.
No, because the government is going to go like this. Which groups or groups are making our government more money?
So I've seen
less taxes.
On that note, I've seen
like a business
reports. I've seen things. They're speaking about, when you say we're talking about the welfare state and we're talking about the people on welfare and the people are sucking up and we're paying for that, and you've got your people who are the big business people, the people on Wall Street, the things like that. But the fact of the matter is that we spend thousands, 1,000 times more on subsidizing corporations and the squeaky wheels than we spend helping those people that are on welfare. 1,000 times more.
Well, it's just like we spend a lot of money on the rest of the world, too.
That's an exponential jump in the amount that we spend, but it's unconscionable to think of giving up.
But now I have a question for you. Those big businesses that we're helping, that the government helps
They're
out, how much
losing
money?
Dude, hand
how
over
much
fist.
money?
They're losing money hand over fist. The housing bubble, the bailouts in the markets, the amount of money that we spent on them pales.
Oh, okay. Now you're talking about Wall Street. I'm not talking about that. Yeah, Wall Street's different.
We're talking about big business, dude. We're talking about these super PACs that everybody's so upset.
Yeah, I'm talking about people in a city at a mayor level. There's people with social capital.
Sure,
super PACs are made up of
and those.
They're made
we're
up
talking
of all
about influential people. I'm just saying, don't be so quick to be indignant about the minority, the very small minority of Americans that are gaming the system, because by and large, the welfare system is a vital portion of our country. WIC.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Things like that, Medicaid.
Yeah, you're right. But President Ronald Reagan even said himself, and I saw this on a feed on Twitter, okay, because a friend of mine posted it, and Ronald Reagan says that, social welfare, we're supposed to rate it based on how many people get off of it, not how many people stay on it.
That's ideal and fine, but you're talking about.
But do we really even know that, though? Do we really even know whether it's being gamed or not, or if it's being gamed a lot? Like, I don't think we even have data for that. Do we?
Have the government has a Glassdoor policy.
Because how do you know
about the way that they spend your money? Because you can go and see how much money is being spent.
You know what it is. I think obviously it's usually anecdotal. It's like, I think what happens is you probably see a lot of people that are gaming the system, and that always becomes like a fact. You know what I mean? Because you see a lot of people doing it personally. Maybe your neighbor does it,
or you hear about it on the movies.
That's true. That's true. But I'm saying if you are gaming the system, I mean, how's the government really going to know? Like, how do they know if you're winning? If you're gaming them,
because the amount of money spent is so negligible compared to everything else that we spend money on, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Honestly, we probably spend more money in facilities maintenance at government buildings than we do on people.
Right.
Who are?
Oh no, that's true. No. That's true. Here in Jacksonville, we have a brand new courthouse we don't need.
Hold on, Greg wants to get in this. We got about 5 more minutes before we.
Yeah, we totally been choking you out.
Go ahead, Greg.
No, I was just laughing at
Rose. Yeah, I mean, but they're just going to show you different opinions, different, what you want to do and all that. And
I don't want to. I also want to just claim too that I don't think that my opinion is solely correct. I mean, this is just everything that this is things I take in and process and then regurgitate. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's in an order that seems to make sense to me. I don't think that I have the answers. But I also think
sometimes it is more complex because it's like, why would the government bail out all these people? Sometimes it's more.
And I think what the great thing about hanging out talking with you guys is you're not cognitive dissonance.
Oh yeah, like
you don't. You don't just. You're like, well, this is the way it is, and I don't care if you have evidence to the contrary.
Right.
Well, that's the thing, man. Like, and I've said this so many times before. It's like I said, like, I can be like, I'm for gun rights, and in the same hand be like, I'm for gay rights, and one or the other. One's gonna call me a liberal faggot, or the other one's gonna, or the other one's gonna call me a right wing.
Never really, should never intersect.
Yeah, or I'm a right wing religious fucking. I'm like, I'm not even religious. What are you talking about?
Do you know the only two places that gun rights and gay rights intersect is politics?
Yeah.
It's the only place that those two intersect, and it's disgusting.
Yeah,
this is very important, and I want you guys to remember that the party system, you know what I mean? Like, feel free to dip from either side. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, definitely. No, I do. I have both. That's why I'm libertarian. I mean, I call myself libertarian. I mean, I won't deny that I do have maybe a little bit more conservative views, but for the most part, I consider myself kind of, you know, if that's reasonable, yeah, no matter what it is,
that's better than libertarian.
Yeah,
to be honest,
I just like less government. Yeah, but I like
a
less
little bit more on
too.
the anarchy side.
Yeah, that is true. Well, I do want less government.
Yeah, I mean, but you don't want so little that people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true.
I want less show of government. I like government. I like system. I like order. I don't want chaos, but I want less show of it. I want more people. Like the butchers, I want to know.
Well, you want government in appropriate areas when it needs to be. When you're talking about civil rights,
you want to get more into what?
Yeah, in gun rights, not gay rights.
Small government, big government.
That's where they belong. I mean, they don't have any.
I don't think the government has any business telling me what my rights are. We've already established that when we built this country in the Constitution. No, don't tell me what my rights are. I want you to.
You're trying to touch me in America. Don't tread on me.
I want you to create new rights for me. Don't try to control my rights.
What do you think, George?
Rights.
He's like, I don't vote. No.
No, man. What I think is,
I thought this was a comedy
just like
podcast.
James, man. Yeah, usually I think sometimes we should just do more comedy, but at the other side, it's interesting to talk about these things because a lot of people don't. A lot of people, it's like taboo when at work to really talk about this shit. Yeah. People look at you differently when you open your mouth.
Because we're friends.
Like, oh, that fucking guy.
Because we're friends,
yeah,
you can talk.
Exactly.
Because we're friends and we respect each other, I think you could talk about it more a little bit easier. I think some people get so just fucking like, I'm fucking right.
Imagine because say there's somebody that feels really strongly about this or that, and then you like give them a opportunity to express themselves at work, and then you like look at them differently now because you're like, oh shit, this guy's a fucking maniac or whatever.
This election is like exposing people for like what they are now. You know what I mean?
Polarizing.
People are so fucking crazy over this.
Is what it's.
Or like they judge a person based on who they're voting for, and it's like, come on,
anybody ever had?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it's not even.
You're a liberal.
It gets to the point. It gets to the point where
serious.
it's like you generally don't ask somebody how much you're making at work. You don't ask that. You don't ask who you're going to vote for. Really,
that's one of the taboo.
Yeah,
politics, sexual orientation, anything like that is. Usually.
So have any of you guys ever had a conversation with a coworker that just turned into like a dude? I'm afraid of you. Like I am literally. If anybody is going to shoot this motherfucker up, it's going to be you.
There's this one guy, dude, that thinks everybody's like. Every time I mention anything, he's like the fucking government and the Illuminati.
Is he Arab?
Are you talking about Rose?
Is he
Arab? No, dude, no. This guy's insane, dude. This guy
on this phone call,
dude.
Right
I was talking to him about the Oscars. I was talking to this guy about the Oscars, right? He's like, "Did you know that there's a committee with the Oscars? They're all fucking Christian, and they're fucking everyone up, and the fucking kids are getting fucked." And I was like, "Dude, shut the fuck up! You're in the cafeteria, bro. You like he's getting and shit. He's all Allah Akbar. He's fucking slamming his hand on the fucking table and shit, dude. And
you're like, wait a second, what is? I didn't sign up
for lunch with this guy. I'm out of here.
Pray with me, brother. No.
Holy shit.
And everybody's like, dude, don't get Mark started up. That's the guy's name, dude.
Obviously, I know that now. Thank you. Yeah. You couldn't have told me that before I sat down next to him.
Yeah. Hey, James and Rose, did you guys see the video about what happened to the Warner barracks in Bamberg?
Then they took it down, or is there something new?
No, there's fucking refugees. Goddamn refugees.
They put the refugees in there?
Yes.
All right, enlighten the rest of us who aren't.
Well, it was a base we were all on. We were all on that base during Germany, and we're in the unit. I mean, I guess it's an appropriate place to put them. They're not using anything.
I know, but it was so fucking beautiful.
And they caged them.
No. Like, it's awful. There's fucking like clotheslines running from building to building, and
so those people are like never gonna want to leave there now because
they
it's
don't
the
want
best
to
place
leave.
they
I don't
ever
think they're
lived.
allowed to leave. It's probably
I mean,
it's
ever,
all
ever.
gated.
No, but it was like
They're concentrated in there.
I saw it. It was like it was this beautiful fucking post. You know what I mean? In this beautiful city, filled with soldiers. And then I saw this video like 2-3 weeks ago.
And this looks
and
like ass
literally,
now, or...
the place is like fucking disgusting.
This looks like dick now, or what?
Hey, guess who's back? Guess who's back with his wife and family in Bamberg right now?
Who?
Hey, James, you know Duggar. Remember Sergeant Duggar?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, brother Duggar is back home with his family. He's eating steak.
He went to jail for a little bit.
Him and Sergeant Ringo, remember that?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I would love to have him on the podcast talk about it because he got in trouble. Yeah, he got in trouble doing some shady.
Duggar was in Georgia. He was working for two men.
All right, hold on. We don't need to get into it. I don't know if he wants. Let's just say he did some really bad things and went to jail for it.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm telling about him in Georgia. He came down to see me.
He was dealing coke on the side, and he was.
I'm not talking about that. No, I'm not talking about that. I would never. No. I love Duggar, man. I will never.
No, he's a funny guy. He just made a really, really bad, horrible mistake, dude.
No, fuck that, man. He didn't do anything fucking wrong.
You just said you liked him, you motherfucker. You just said.
I said he didn't do anything wrong. He did nothing wrong.
He did do something wrong.
I don't believe he did.
Okay, let's just say. For a fact, he did something wrong. For a fact,
I know that he did it. What he was accused of doing, he actually did it. I just don't believe that there was anything wrong with it.
Doesn't matter. He knew it, and he was part of it. I mean, that's why he's not there now. Okay, how about this?
All right. Let's just not stop. Let's stop beating around the bush because it's just not good fucking talk. Because I don't know what you guys talking about. Derek doesn't either, and you guys are just beating around bushes. So
let's just say this.
Change it to like.
That's why he's not in jail for a long time. Let's just say that. So obviously,
cool.
he got away. All right, guys, make sure you visit us at jamesandgeorge.com. Do you have anything, Greg? You got like any projects or anything like that you're doing, or music, anything like that?
Just going to school, and my cousin and I are doing some property maintenance shit like that.
Okay.
You want to plug? You want to put a plug in?
You have a little business. Maybe people are from the area. Nah, fuck it. I don't. You guys suck.
Wait, hey, hold on. Where are you living at?
Connecticut.
He's a what's your address?
No. My brother does property management and shit down
here.
Okay,
all right, motherfucker, call him on your own time. He's like, we can get together. We'll call it Rose and Corvo.
no, Corvin Roses.
Like an idiot. Hey, thanks for coming on, dude. I appreciate you coming on and fucking having a few laughs and then getting a little political talk. I know you're a smart ass dude, and we talked about it a little bit before.
He was obviously smart enough to keep his mouth closed for the most part. So.
No. Me and I've had a few discussions on Facebook and all that. He's a fucking funny ass dude. But any you guys got anything?
Yeah.
Rose,
next podcast I'll review, dude. My brother just brought me the fucking VR
headset. Shit!
So,
the Oculus?
It's not the Oculus Rift. It's for the Samsung VR, but it's.
Is it? You gonna have porn on there?
Well, who knows? We'll see. Dude.
All right.
That's cool.
What about you, Derek? Anything going on in the Confederate?
In the Confederate states of Texas?
Yeah, in the Confederate party that you're in.
I just I put a website up for a buddy of mine.
IHateBlacks.com, or
so that's been pretty fun. Yeah. BBC, not for me. No,
he fucked my wife. He's dead.
It's actually a funny story. I'll give it to you real quick. So a buddy of mine builds fishing rods, like deep sea fishing rods, really extravagant, like hand wrapped ones and shit. Right. And so we were talking about it, and I built a website for him a while ago, but he would not fucking pick a domain. Like for the longest time. So I've just had this shit sitting on my server, and I haven't been serving it. And so finally, he wouldn't. We were all fucking drunk around the table. And we came up with the domain Corey'sMudhole.com. So if you guys want to cruise over to Corey's Mudhole,
I'm afraid to. I feel like it's going to be a porn site. Right. I'm too scared to do it.
Well, I told him, I was like, that's where I'm serving your website from until you pick a fucking domain. So literally, like seriously right now, go to Corey'sMudhole.com, check out his fishing rods, request some contact information from it. And maybe he'll give you.
Maybe I don't want to touch Corey's mud hole.
Maybe he'll handle your poll for you.
What about you, Rose? You selling anything right now? Or are you still doing your? You doing?
Nah, man, I'm not.
He just laughs. you're like, so you doing anything?
No, man, I'm just living life, man. Shit,
Yeah,
living life,
cool,
going
man.
to school.
All right, and Greg Corvo, everybody, thanks for coming. Make sure you visit us, jamesandgeorge.com. We'll see you later. I'll talk to you a little bit after the podcast, Greg. See you later, jamesandgeorge.com.
Bye.